Welcome in. Sorry, couldn't hear that conversation. Andrew Ambrose, welcome into the studio for our spotlight on the North Alton Godfrey Business Council.
Good morning.
I haven't seen you in about a year in the studio. How are we doing today, man?
I'm doing all right. How are you doing?
You know,
Just doing, right?
judging by the pre-interview conversation, I am rolling with every punch being thrown my way. But it's good to have you in studio.
Thank you.
I'm, with the segment, I am going to take a pause just to make sure we don't have any stragglers getting lost in the building upstairs. But always good to talk about the council, and you're one of the youngest members a part of the council. I think it's safe to say.
I think so, yeah. I don't want to offend anybody.
No, I know. I don't want to either, but it's really cool, that they're starting to get some younger people in there and really keep it going. And, why did you get involved with it in the first place? I never asked you that.
The council, for me, I didn't know a lot about it. Went to a meeting and always looking for networking opportunities. But I feel like, especially post-COVID, a lot of the organizations' numbers are dying down. They're starting to pick up now, but the council has always pulled a fair amount of people to network with. And I liked the approach of the council. The chambers and stuff all are great, and we do the whole go around the room and say your business. But I like the council's approach to, hey, if you want to come and, quote unquote, work the room, or if you want to come be quiet, get in, get out, the council is for you, because we don't force any networking. It's whatever you're comfortable with, which I like.
And I like it too, because there's a comfortability factor. Whenever you're sitting there and you're president or the leader of the meeting, by the way, I think that Karen did an excellent job. I think that she was a better Zeke J. Bush than Zeke J. Bush.
It's an election year. Maybe she's putting some heat on him. Yeah.
No, Zeke will find a way to use mail-in ballots.
I like that. That's right. Overnight, all of a sudden, Zeke will win. Yeah.
But it's just the fact that when you come in, you're right. You don't have to feel pressured. Because let's be honest, man. You and I have been a part of those B&I groups where we have a rough Tuesday morning, and you don't want to talk.
Well, they have their place, but there's also a lot of value in you get out of what you want to get out of it, which I like.
Yeah, and going forward, you're with First National Bank, and just has it helped you in the community just being a part of the council a little bit?
Absolutely, yeah. And I think for business owners too, the council has more of the actual owners coming, and I think that's part of it too. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with quote unquote gatekeepers or an office manager, but I feel like for our community, they see value in that, and some of it's that approach, but the level of speakers that we have seems to be part of it too. And it just brings out the best in each of us, I think. Well,
and it spears growth and a lot quicker too.
Absolutely, yeah.
When you have a gatekeeper, you and I both know how that goes. It could take a few years. It's like
right.
You thought the construction in Italy was
calling
slow.
You this morning. Yeah.
But you're right, and what I think's really cool about it too, Andrew, is before we go into the deep dive, in some of the meetings, like last month, when you have both mayors just there and they're being not just sitting there, but really actively participating in the meetings, and they want people to know what's going on, and they're collaborating together, and it shows that outside of the business world, which we really need local government to be successful so we can be successful. It shows, and it's a really cool thing.
Well, and last month's a great example. A lot of our business council meetings are not business first. No. That one was totally focused on in Grafton, the incredible monument that they're working on, and I think through that, obviously, that spurs business. How can businesses partner with the community? But that's a great example of how we don't necessarily lead with dollars or whatever it is. A lot of it's community driven. Watering the flowers, whatever it may be, which is really different.
Well, and it makes you love the community more, because the more you are actively participating in it, the more you're going to be grown to love it. I
agree, yep.
And another thing, before sorry, I cut you off. Karen Wilson, I love this idea of getting rid of the financial report. I just want to say thank you for that,
Very true.
And, it's just things like that where we're all human. Yep. And just because business, you have to be human. You can't be a robot. It's very fluid. And in the meetings, it's such a fluid meeting, but it's still productive to where you're learning all of these things. And
for sure.
Just sitting at different tables where there's no assigned seats and everyone kind of just sits where they want to. Yeah. Really laid back. I like that.
I agree with that. Now,
when you got started, did you think that you would be really in the thick of the council here?
Zeke keeps it fun. I'm always looking. So a lot of groups are reflective of ours, where it's an aging, demographic, which is fantastic. We've got a lot of experience in the room, and
there's nothing wrong with that, and
absolutely.
That's a good thing to point out.
But for me, it's always been, how do we get that next generation of really young professionals involved? Our generation, for a while, didn't really seem to understand that community aspect, and I think now, as we're all starting to take bigger positions, we're understanding there's a value in just knowing someone outside of doing business. And for me, with the council, is always, how do we bring something that attracts, the website was a new thing that we didn't have a few years ago.
Oh yeah, that's right. That is new.
Taking credit card payments, things like that, where it's not a big deal, but those are things that younger people come to expect, right?
Well, and it's a good point because the reason I came here, Andrew, to do the show is I could have done the show anywhere. I could have done it in the beach in Florida.
That's right.
It's all online, But it's really easy in my opinion, for folks to go away and be successful and come back afterwards.
Sure.
But my biggest thought was, like you've said, and I've said it for years when I own my business, is where are the young people at?
That's right.
And it's I feel like it's a duty of people that live in Alton that are younger to really start putting their foot down and saying,
Correct.
hey, we got to start investing here a little bit. So that's why I came here. I wanted to be successful in the hometown, which is the hardest damn thing to do.
Well, be a part of the solution.
Right. And instead of running away and coming back when the going's good. That's just my thought on it.
I agree.
I get on a pedestal about it, though. I'm a little proud. But going forward, Andrew, I wanted to ask you, because you are really a great speaker for the council, not patronizing you because you're here and bigger than me, but I did want to ask you about signing up, because my cousin just started a new business called Aptitude Advancement. We'll be talking to Kylie here next week, but she asked me about councils, and people ask me all the time, and I'm very honest about it. If you have a bigger business, and I think, hey, maybe a large, one that maybe charges a little bit more, or B&I is perfect for you. But my first suggestion always is be a part of the business council. You're paying what, $55 a year? Right. Is that it? That's
$55, $35 for an individual, and that's always my go-to for people too. Is, hey, first off, you can come to the first couple of meetings for free. We cover your lunch.
Yeah.
So get a free lunch out of it. Nothing else. Kind of feel the room. I would always say any group, you got to go to 2 or 3 to really understand the vibe, right? One meeting might be off or whatever it may be, but I would say come to a meeting or two, and then it's $55. So there's not really a big barrier there. The chambers, B&Is, they all have their place, but if you're just starting out and those dollars are few and far in between,
right,
I would definitely recommend the council, just because, again, we pull 40 to 60 people at every meeting, which is huge. Most of them are lunches, but we have a few breakfasts sprinkled in, one evening meeting, and then as you grow, there's more opportunity too. The council is very forward thinking right now, knowing that we have to adjust. So if you have a small business that can play into that, we'd love to be a part of it.
Also, too, you're paying $55 for 4 breakfasts and 7 luncheons throughout the year. So that's 11 meetings for $55. Right. That's not even $10 a meeting. But the bigger thing, too, what I like is that whenever you have speakers, the speakers, like if you have Jerry Rump, who I think is amazing from OSF,
absolutely,
when he's done talking, he's looking over at businesses going, hey, what business owner can I talk to about a program or an idea that I have? So there's a chance to really grow directly during the meeting if you really work it right and do it, from that approach.
That's right. Yep. And everyone's open to it too. You go to some things where it's like, I own a successful business and I'm just coming just so my name's in the community. I've never had someone in the council, when I approach them, turn me away or give me the gatekeeper. Now, that doesn't mean everybody says, hey, let's do business right now.
Here's my checkbook.
But I think everyone has the understanding too that I'm not approaching you to close business. I'm approaching you because I really want to get to know you. We're in the Riverbend. We've got the similar mission, or we wouldn't be in this council. Would we love to do business? Absolutely, but there may or may not be an opportunity for that. But if nothing else, let's go water flowers together. Let's do some trash cleanup together. What organizations are you in that you're finding impact, whether that's Rotary or Lions or whatever?
Yeah.
It's that relationship side first that I think everybody kind of understands.
It's a great point because, and two, what I think's really amazing about this whole thing is that whenever you're coming into these council meetings and whenever you're, like you said, watering flowers, I was asked a couple of times, you're like, man, you really aren't a good salesperson. Number one, I'm not a good salesperson at all. Number two, because you got to sell commercials, and I'm still learning that part of it. But I'm like you, man. If the time's right, people know who I am. People know that, they might want to take a chance and support the show, or they might. But I'm not going to actively, like go, hey, I have a commercial spot ready for you. Need your credit card on file before I leave this luncheon. But I know 2 years down the line, couple months down the line, when we're watering flowers, I might be talking to you and go, hey, actually, we do have something to call for. It might be fun to put something out there. And that's real growth.
Learning, I've lived in the Riverbend my whole life. There's so many businesses that I didn't know what we had, let alone the size and scope of what they do. And so just that education, I've had customers before that I've had no part in the business, but I've linked people together through knowing people at the council and, them just talking and being who they are.
Mighty River Recycling. I had no clue. Stop. You know what I'm saying? When they spoke, I went, you've got to be freaking kidding me. I had no idea this monstrous company is literally right there.
That's right.
Well, and then it was really unique because we were talking to, I was talking to somebody on the show, and I had just talked to Connor about those recycle boxes that they do. And all of a sudden, I'm like, well, you know what? Actually, you need to call Connor because he'll bring you a recycling.
Right.
And to me, that's how you really grow the right way. And it's not a forced give Facebook $58 so you can hit the impressions.
And their local family, like that's who you want to support.
100%. Well, while we take a little pause here, because I got to pay. We've already been talking for almost 12 minutes. Let me pay the bills here. We'll come back and keep chatting with Andrew. I want to learn more about his day to day too, because I'm a little bit nosy. It's a Tuesday morning on RiverBender.com, and our daily show hits you right after this.
No matter the season, Play It Again Sports in Edwardsville has the gear the athletes need to get in the game. Whether you're shopping for the newest sports equipment or saving money on quality used gear, Play It Again Sports carries what you need to maximize performance to get the most out of every swing, kick, stroke, or shot. We'll even buy your used goods, paying cash on the spot. We carry all the gear for all the sports all year long. We're your hometown sporting goods store. Play It Again Sports, conveniently located at 4 Club Center Court in Edwardsville.
I just got a new air conditioner. Top of the line.
I bet mine's better. It's so efficient and quiet, I hardly know it's running.
I've got you both trumped. I've got a Linux.
So do I.
Barrett Heating and Cooling carries Linux products to meet any budget. Don't gamble with your energy dollars. Call Barrett Heating and Cooling and start saving today.
Lennox. Innovation never felt so good.
With over 20 years of experience, Wilson's Tree Service has the expertise to handle all of your tree care needs. Licensed and fully insured, their team of experts are dedicated to providing reliable service. Plus, with a 24-hour emergency service line, Wilson's will always be there for you. Don't risk tackling that timber by yourself. Trust the local professionals at Wilson's Tree Service. Visit treeservicealtonil.org to get started today.
Welcome to Evergreen Place, a community that embodies joyful living, independence, and financial freedom for seniors. If you're looking for a full day of activities or to relax in your apartment, we have you covered. Located on the Alton Memorial Campus. To know us is to love us. Experience the difference at Evergreen Place.
Life's better when you're under our roof. That's because our expert agents will make you feel totally protected with the right auto and home coverage at the right price. Also, you can enjoy the dreams you worked so hard to achieve. American Family Insurance.
Since 1993, Sparks Junk Removal is always adapting to the needs of our clients. That is why we now offer weekly trash pickup for selected areas. Plus, we offer driveway-safe rubber-tired dumpster rental. Give us a call today at 618-781-1407 or visit us at sparksjunkremoval.net.
Not sure if you've noticed, but those advertised prices from the other dealers are just a bunch of blah, blah, blah. At Roberts Motors, the advertised price is the price you pay. And that, my friend, is great news for you. Don't fall for their so-called incentives that will leave you banging your head against the wall. Go with Roberts Motors. Prices you can trust and people you will like. That's the Roberts Motors way. And trust me, it's the way to go.
In the heart-pounding moments of the game, every move counts, just like in chiropractic care. Dr. Andrew Dykman of Rosewood Chiropractic champions this belief, supporting our teams in every drive and supporting his patients for nearly 20 years, offering affordable, compassionate, all-natural wellness care. Call 618-259-2676 or visit rosewoodchiropractic.com today. Welcome back to our daily show. Here's CJ. You know, I think the North Alton Godfrey Business Council is a family tradition for some. I think it's a tie-in.
My mom's side of the family loves that song.
I love Bo Cephas. I was kind of sitting there, and I sit at home, and people think I just am like a social butterfly. Dude, I go home and I turn the lights off and I stare at the TV.
Unzip the skin.
Take the mask off. Well, I was sitting there, and I was texting my buddy. He goes, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "Oh man, just sitting here listening to Bo Cephas, enjoying some Village Dispensary." And he goes, "Who the hell's Bo Cephas?"
That's right.
And I'm like, "What the hell? What's happened to our generation? What are you talking about here?" So, what I think's cool too is that even though the council has businesses in the same industry, it's never competitive. And what I think's even cooler is the people that are competitors work together the most.
That's right. Yeah, no. Every now and then you'll find, we have a joke, like a banker and insurance agent table that every now and then we sit together. But it's good to share practices. And my approach to that is, if I'm winning, they're probably winning too. But if I'm hurting, they're probably hurting too. We're all in the same community. We're all doing the same thing. We're all trying to make a difference. I might be better for this instance right now. Somebody else might be better. And I mean, it's all together. We've sent referrals back and forth before.
That's
I
unheard
have all the
of.
products and services you need, right? But I might not be the best fit for you right now. And
Right.
having someone else that is, it's nice to know, still keeping it local, not going to one of the big guys, right? So, no, there's literally Kevin and I, to throw his name out there, Kevin and I have sent some business before where we're just not the right fit at that time, and we can help him out with the other guy.
It's almost like being a team.
Yeah, right?
It's freaking weird, Well, what I think is amazing, too, is even though, Madison County and Macoupin and all these areas have about 300,000 people, that's really small.
That's right.
St. Louis has 1 million, St.
That's
Louis
right.
County, and they aren't even big.
Right.
So it's like, let's work together, realize we're a smaller region.
Yeah, and especially Madison County has been guilty before on a political level, on a business. We silo things off really bad.
100%.
And that's where the other side of the rivers beat us. We have a lot of great things in these communities, and especially politically, but if you can get this side of the county to work with this side of the county and let's all come together, businesses, like I said, we're all going to go up together. So if my bank's doing well, this bank's doing well, if this insurance agency is doing well, that one probably is too, You're
right. And coming up on June the 11th is, if you guys are new to the council, never been, maybe you want to gander at the opportunities that await you at 11:30. You can hang out with Andrew and myself at Alton Memorial Hospital. Brad Spencer.
Yeah. Paid for lunch as well if you're a visitor.
Oh,
so you don't have to
visitor
pay
paid
anything.
for lunch.
Yeah.
And we're going to be learning about Imperial Manufacturing.
Which is huge.
Yeah, they're a pretty big...
I think they might even be based out of Canada, I believe.
They're a pretty big deal.
Yeah.
I was going to complain to Zeke that I haven't spoke yet, but I think I can weigh out a little bit for Brad,
Yeah, you can read the announcements, maybe. Yeah.
So this is what's really cool. I'm going to show you this on... hold on here, because I messed up here yesterday doing this with Brian. It was a little dangerous. Here on the scene here. Let's show you the website. So this is NAGBC.com, and all you do is just register today for our next meeting. See Brad's little image there? Click on Brad's image. You even get a zoomed-in picture so you know who you're looking at. Pay with your Google Pay, add it to the cart, pay with credit card. But also, folks, you can also just join the council by clicking this Join Us tab, fill out the form, and just be a part of it. And that's always good for all of you to see. We actually built that website with the partnership of the North Alton Godfrey Business Council. And the referrals are huge for the council. That's how you're successful, I think.
Yeah, I mean, that's the goal, right? Of any networking, how do you get your money back kind of a thing, even though ours isn't much. But referrals, but I'll also plug for $35, you can just be a community member. And we have a few people that are retirees, especially that, they're very active in the community still, and they want to know businesses, and they still send referrals too. So even if you're somebody that just has time available and you don't want necessarily your business to join, or you're not in business anymore, you can join as an individual as well.
We're also looking for a portable air conditioner sponsor for the show from the Business Council.
Barrett just had an ad a minute ago. If only we knew someone.
Barrett's gotten so much more plugs this summer because of this basement. Brian Trust didn't know what hit him on Friday. He was sitting there, all of a sudden it was like, just, I always joke, Elvis at the end, just sweating profusely everywhere. Also wanted to talk about the community service stuff you guys do, because you can speak better on this than I can, because there's so many different projects and different things that you guys have tackled. Fill me in on some of those volunteerism
I mean, philanthropy is a huge part of the council. So the council started with some North Alton business owners that collectively agreed that they needed did something right to improve the community and obviously again improve their businesses. But the flower watering schedule, that's the big one that we do. So we're responsible. I forget the street name. I should have looked this before I came, but yeah, you can pull it up. But
State Street.
There we go. That's what I was gonna say. Yeah, but I mean those flowers always look really nice there, and it's you meet up at the hardware store and you get the equipment for it. It takes a few hours, but everyone always says it's really the conversations you're having while you do it. That's the value there. But we water those flowers. We've had the gazebo out at Glazebrook. That was a sponsorship by the council. Not entirely sure if we fully paid for it, if it was a partnership with the village, but things like that we do. But the other thing is we've had before where council members have gotten sick or someone's passed away. And the council's really generous about making sure that we support wherever we can. So if there's an organization that's looking to partner, maybe again the Rotaries, the Lions, the Elks, those kinds of clubs, the council I think is very open to those ideas and want to support them.
Well, and too, what you guys do really well, and I think is so cool, is the younger people, like the Riverbend CEO groups, the Benjamin Godfrey series you guys tried out this year. Those things matter because it shows that, hey, we want you to be here. We don't want you to move to Florida or move to Kansas and go to school there. We want you to go to school here. We got the D1 college. We got anything you need.
Yeah.
We'll help.
Well, and I think too, so last year we were at Alton Memorial, so I'd encourage anybody to come to this next meeting, but we were there. We had 3 residents.
Oh, right? That's right.
And all 3 of them were not from the area. One was from Canada. One was from, I believe, LA.
Yeah, right? You're right.
And then I forget the third one, so I apologize to her. But, they chose Alton. And it wasn't just Alton Memorial. Alton Memorial obviously had a lot that, they were promised and that they were happy with. But 2 of them, if I remember correctly, said they were planning on staying in Alton. And so that was huge. You have people from out of the area. We're guilty of living here our whole lives, and you don't realize what you have, like we just said. But CEO is a great example of that, too. I mean, just getting young professionals to understand this is a great community to do business in, and we're on the upswing, right?
Yeah.
So any bad thoughts that you have, that's not the business climate right now.
Well, and the thing, that's a good point, too. And the other thought I have is you think it's not good right now, then do something about
That's right.
it. We're in a society, Andrew, where all we want to do is just say something's broke.
That's right.
It's not
You
working.
fix it.
Yeah, exactly. Someone's got to do it.
Right.
Get out of here with that
That's
junk.
Right.
I think it's really important to be a part of the business council. And before we wrap up here and we keep talking a little more at the council, what do you do day to day? I never really asked you that at first.
So commercial banker with First National Bank of Waterloo.
Are you up in Collinsville?
So I'm in Collinsville, yeah. So our bank, 112 years old, so been around for a long time, but mainly in Monroe County. So started expanding right before COVID, and we're now in St. Clair, Madison, and Effingham County. So so you wouldn't have guessed that.
Yeah.
Madison County, we're on the southern end, so Maryville and Collinsville right now. I live in Godfrey, so obviously driving from corner to corner. But our goal is to keep coming north, so very grateful they've allowed me to still be part of the council. It does eat up time driving and that, and they're very supportive of it because eventually we plan on being further north. But the good thing about banking these days is the brick and mortar doesn't really matter.
No.
If we do our jobs right, you don't really have to come to the bank unless you want to. And if you want to, that's great because I like shaking people's hands still. But so commercial banker, and really what I do is a lot of the truly small businesses. So helping someone get that first business loan maybe, or rental properties, all the way up to I've got some very successful businesses as well. But, this community is built on blue collar, mom and pop, and those sorts of things. So we're very proud. We've partnered with different programs. So we're SBA preferred, obviously, but there's also a program through Illinois right now that's called Advantage Illinois that we offer. It's a participation loan, and right now I'm doing loans at 5% for certain individuals through that program. So I
did not mean to.
Dude, you're fine.
We were talking here while you were going. I decided to go and just type something in. I am sick and tired of going to the damn bank and that person that's in the line that's needing all these money orders and everything in the drive-thru. So I typed it. It's every day. I'm always behind the money order, you know?
Yep.
Which it's not the cashier's fault or the teller's fault. It's not. It's the person in front of me. First National Bank and Trust put up an article. Have you seen this? Tips for using the drive-thru at First National Bank. That is a gold piece of article right there. I don't know who wrote it, but God love you for whoever did. We need some more of that.
Sure.
But anyway, just getting back to it, banking would be something for me, but I don't want to work that hard.
I joke that I get paid to talk to people.
Yeah.
And at its essence, like I said earlier, a lot of banking right now is I'm not everything to everyone, and that's fine.
Yeah.
But being confident in who we are and what I bring to the table, we have all the products and services. Say this too, again, like insurance. There's a lot of great opportunities and people that you can partner with here, and it's really just that relationship. So getting to know people. My favorite thing to do is go through people's business. You see their dream, their passion, and it can be something as simple as, hey, me and my wife own this place. To hey, we have 500 employees, and just seeing how they go about it, and what keeps them up at night. That's something that's always fun for me to learn about, because as a banker, I get a little bit about a lot, and it's just interesting and looking for ways that, again, you can partner up people, and if this is a problem you're having, can so and so maybe down the street help you with that.
Yeah. So, and what are some of your products right now that you're most proud of at First National?
Yeah, I mean, real estate is always the bread and butter, right? But again, that Advantage program that we've had, I just had I don't want to give their name, right? So, but a company that it was truly a startup. We started talking 2 years ago, and that was when it was just a concept. And it's a very, very simple business, but they're two really cool dudes that I really wanted to work with. They took some great advice. They partnered with other people in the community, and we were just able to close. It was a small loan, but it was a loan to get them where they wanted to be at a competitive rate. And I'm grateful that as a community banker, we were able to kind of quote unquote take a chance on those guys, and I'm positive that it's going to pay dividends.
Well, you keep mentioning community banker. How is that different than a national lender or a national banking institution? Because I'm really not really educated.
Pros
on
and
this.
cons both ways.
Okay.
I don't want to talk ill of them. They have some convenience is really their thing, and technology and those kinds of things at the national banks. But we're able to make local decisions, and so the furthest your dollar is going to go is Waterloo, right? But I'll say right now, since Madison County's quote unquote emerging market for us, I'm getting a lot more dollars thrown our way than what we're doing down there, because we don't have much market share, right? So you might have a decision where if I were at a bigger bank, it's, hey, this just doesn't make sense. Things still have to make sense for us, right, from a regulatory purpose, but we can kind of, get our heads around something where it's, if this is a way that can improve the community, right, or if these are people that are trying to create local jobs, we can make that decision instead of shipping your dollars off to Chicago or New York or even internationally, right? Yeah. And we have all the products and services that the big bank would, just a smaller footprint. So we have 16 branches, and again, the big draw with a community bank is your dollars are local. You're going to see us at events. You're going to see us in parades. You're going to see us sponsoring the kids' t-ball team, or whatever it may be. You're going to see us in your libraries teaching financial literacy, whether it's young kids or seniors. We do a lot of things that don't necessarily drive profit, knowing though that that's the right thing to do, and it does indirectly drive profit.
Yeah,
right?
100%, man. And as we wrap up here, we've been talking about the North Alton Godfrey Business Council, and of course chatting with Andrew and finally asking him what he does for the day to day. But going forward, what's the best way for folks to reach out? If anyone has any questions about the council, if they want to get involved, if they're nervous, maybe they've never been a part of a council before, which isn't too weird to say. Yeah.
So full disclosure, if you go onto the council website and the NAGBC.com, and if you click the contact us, or even if you just do that become a member option, that'll go to myself and Margaret Freer for Auto Body, and
get your raffle tickets. I'm selling them $10 a piece.
Christmas, so it'll go to both of us, and I think we're nice people. We'll reach out to you. We'll invite you to lunch, but any questions you have, the council, no pressure, and if you come and for whatever reason the council doesn't fit for you, that's totally fine too. Still tell us about your business. We'll remember you down the road, but for a lot of people, it might be that time slot, prevents them from coming or whatever. Maybe it's disrupting their day. They don't have the staff. That's perfectly fine. Come when you can. Send somebody if you can. Reach out through our website. It's probably going to be the best, just so we can track it and make sure we respond appropriately. But all are welcome is my big thing. So as we become more diverse, right, and that looks a lot of different ways. We talked about younger earlier, but we would love to grow that. Absolutely.
Really cool. And Andrew, always great talking to you. I know I told you 20 minutes, and now we are 40 minutes later, wrapping up the 10 o'clock hour.
Quick, man.
I'm telling you, I have the blackout effect on people, and I still don't know if that's a good thing. 9:59, a little bit of change as we roll around to the top of the hour here in the 618. More of our daily show will continue with top of the hour news, Flock Food Truck Park, right after this.